Hi guys, hope all of you are fine. कैसा था lockdown? Anyways, today we start with the most important year of your BAF, third year TYBAF. ठीक है? Now, as you all know, I had already briefed you all in SY. Here you all are with me for doing 5 practical subjects. You all have 6 subjects. उसमें से 5 are practical. Some colleges like HR, they have all 6 practical subjects. But here what I will be doing is 5 subjects, and all of you all in your colleges have those 5 subjects. Which are those 5? First, financial accounting paper number 5. We call it as FA5. 1, 2 you all have done in FI, 3, 4 you all have done in SY. Now you all have FA5. In this semester, semester number 5, you all have 2 papers of FA. So there is FA5, FA6. So 2 papers of financial accounting, FA5, FA6. Cost accounting paper number 3. 1 you all have done in FI, 2 you all have done in SY. Now paper 3 of costing in the SEM 5. FM financial management paper number 2, because again FM1 you all have done it in F5, and what I am going to start today is with FM only. And the 5th subject what you all have is indirect tax paper number 1. You all have done SY में direct tax 1 and 2. Now you all have indirect tax. Indirect tax is purely GST, goods and service tax. So this academic year, for this semester, semester 5, you all are with me for 5 subjects: FA5, FA6, costing, financial management and indirect tax. Okay? These are the 5 subjects what I will be teaching you all in this semester, semester number 5. Then in SEM 6, 1 practical subject will reduce. There will be 4 practical subjects. 1 theory except for HR. HR has got 5 practical. And 1 you all have project work that is common for all the colleges. That we will see in the next semester. Right now, let's focus on semester 5. Now, as I told you, 5 subjects. Paper pattern for all the subjects is the same what you all had in SY. Now see, you all know, you all are sitting at home and watching the video. Why? Because of COVID-19. Corona की वजह से we cannot come here. Of course, you will be coming, you all will be coming after a few days. But as of now, at least for 1 week, as I told you, don't come. So, we all are going to study online only, at least for a week or say around 10 days. Now see, paper pattern is same. Now it depends how much the COVID gets extended. Chances are looking very less that it will get clear by November. से दिवाली अराउंड 15 नवंबर तक क्लियर होने का चांसेस बहुत कम है. इन केस इट क्लियर्स, इट्स फाइन. You all can expect your semester 5 exam offline in January. As I told you, your exam is in January. I don't know whether it will get further extended, but as of now, 5th sem exams are scheduled to be in the month of Jan. In case the COVID situation goes further, I don't know whether they may postpone the exam further or they might take an online exam also. Whether you all have online exam or offline, we have to stick to the syllabus. करना तो सब कुछ पड़ेगा, because ultimately it is going to come from what we are going to study. So let that announcement come, because now currently I don't know whether you are aware or not. Your previous batch who was in TY, their exams are not yet over. They are supposed to start now in the next month. So in the next week, they are going to announce how they are going to take their exams. In case during your SEM 5 exams, offline is not possible, they might conduct the same way how they are going to conduct the pending TY exams. So next week, we will come to know how they are going to conduct their exams, and आगे जाके we will see whether your batch के लिए it will be applicable or not. That we will see later on. ठीक है? Back to syllabus. 5 subjects, as I told you, and since you all have had a big break of 5 months, पता है everybody is out of touch, including me also. We are also out of touch with BAF. TYBAF स्पेशली बिकॉज हम लोग ने 5-6 महीने से पढ़ाया नहीं है. So now to make things easier, to let the things go very smoothly, I am starting with FM Financial Management Paper 2. I am starting with a simpler chapter. So what happens? As and when we do, धीरे we will be back to that normal grip. ठीक है? So we start with Financial Management FM. Let me brief you about the syllabus. In FM, as per your syllabus, you all have total 5 modules. You all have in FM total 5 modules. उसमें से एक मॉड्यूल पूरा थियरी है. Remaining all 4 modules are practical come theory. Out of the remaining 4 modules, 2 are individual chapters. मतलब module number 2 and module number 5 both are one single chapter. And your module number 3 and 5, it is broken into 2 chapters. So module 1 full theory, module 1 practical come theory, 1 chapter only. Module 3 and 4 practical come theory, 2 chapters. And module 5 again 1 single chapter, practical come theory. Why I am saying practical come theory? Because you all know 15 marks का compulsory theory subject, your theory question you all have to attempt as per the normal paper pattern. Agar for your batch, in case the paper pattern changes, then we will see what the revised paper pattern comes. But currently so we will start assuming the paper pattern is the same. Okay? So 5 modules, 1 pure theory chapter, remaining 4 modules covered as 6 chapters. Covered as 6 chapters. उसमें से सबसे बड़ा chapter is capital budgeting. Capital budgeting to do here, it takes me around 15 to 18 lectures just to do capital budgeting. That is the biggest chapter, and in terms of portion ना, वो एक chapter is equal to half of your syllabus. But nothing, it is very interesting. I make it very interesting for. I am sure after we complete here, you all will find that chapter very simple. But I am not going to start with that. As I told you, I am going to start with a very simpler chapter, which as per your textbook order is the last chapter. But I am starting with that so that we get a momentum in a very simplified manner, and then धीरे we will go ahead. Now I'll just brief you how we will go about. 5 subjects say I am starting with FM. Normally what I do, I take each subject in 2 rounds. I should do similar thing in SY also. So what I do, FM ka, I'll try to do at least 3 chapters. We will do 3 chapters of FM. We'll go to another subject, 2 to 3 chapters. वैसे every subject we will do in 2 rounds. ठीक है? So what I am starting today is FM ka first chapter, which we call it as credit management, which in the old syllabus was called as receivable management. ठीक है? Credit management, or we call it as receivable management. Now listen, let me give you the brief. First, what is the meaning of this? Credit management or receivable management. Management है, manage करना है. क्या manage करना है? Listen, this chapter comes into picture. This chapter comes into picture only when there are datas. This chapter comes into picture only when there are datas. And when datas come into picture when you sell goods on credit. Because if I am selling goods on cash, datas आता ही नहीं. Datas comes into picture only when the goods are sold on credit. So this chapter is basically when you sell goods on credit, how you will manage your credit policies. That is called as receivable or credit management. How you will manage that credit, that is what we are going to study from arithmetical point of view. Because किसको कस्टमर, कौन से कस्टमर को माल देना है, that we are not concerned in accounts. After selling the goods, how to manage that is what we are going to study. Now exactly करना क्या है? See, say for example, you are selling goods to a customer. As I told you, this chapter mein data will be there. You sell goods to a customer, you are giving a credit of 2 months. Your normal policy, your normal terms, credit terms is you give a credit of 2 months. आज मैंने goods बेचा, I get the money after 3 months. आज मैंने goods बेचा, I get the money after 2 months. Now I decide I am giving my customers credit of 2 months. What if I increase the credit period from 2 months to 4 months? जहां मुझे 2 months के बाद पैसा मिलेगा, what if I give them extra 2 months का credit and I take the money after 4 months? So what will happen? Customer gets 2 extra months for payment, so he might buy more goods from me, or others who are buying from somewhere else, they must be getting a credit of 1 month or 2 months. If I am giving them 4 months ka credit, they will be attracted or they will be encouraged to buy more goods from me. So that is what you are supposed to plan. Should you go for extra credit or no? Should you go for extra credit or no? That is the main object of this chapter, credit management. Now listen, to give more credit, it is not easy. There are other drawbacks also. जहां मेरा पैसा 2 महीने के लिए अटकेगा, अभी वो 4 महीने के लिए अटकेगा. My money, see, when you sell goods, you have purchased or you have produced it. तो to buy goods and to produce goods, for that also cost तो incur करना पड़ता है. तो अगर आज मैंने goods बेचा, मुझे पैसा जो 2 महीने के बाद आने वाला है, वो अब 4 महीने के बाद आएगा. So my amount is blocked for 2 months, 2 extra months. 2 months के लिए तो block होना ही था. If I am giving extra credit of another 2 months, so another 2 months my money gets blocked. Had I invested somewhere else, I would have got more extra money. So I have to consider that. When I sell goods on credit, you all know very well basic of FIJC. There are chances of bad debts also. Some people may not be in a position to pay me money, so मेरा loss भी होगा. At the same time, to give extra credit, my administration job also increases. Office का formalities बढ़ जाता है when customers are more, when credit is more. So all costs are to be incurred. So keeping in mind all the factors, you have to decide whether you give extra credit or no. That is what you are supposed to do as far as your syllabus is concerned. There are other things also which you all have to do at an advanced level, but that you all will be doing in the next semester, that is Sem 6. But currently this is basic receivable management. ठीक है, this is basic receivable management. So यहाँ पे हमें decide करना है, keeping in mind all the factors, whether I should grant customer extra credit or no. Now what I am going to do today is, I am just going to do initially one basic sum. If I feel that time permits, I'll take 2 sums also. Starting के 3 sums are of same level. Of course, third one I am not going to do, वो तुमको घर पे करना है. But before that, I will do 2 sums. If I am able to do the second, we will do 2 today, and third at home you all do. And if I am able to do only 1, then in the next class I'll do the second one, and then third you all do it at home. ठीक है? Now I have sent the picture of the question on the group. You can refer that question and see the video. Monday, Tuesday, you will get the entire question sheet of this chapter along with other chapters of FM, and I'll try to give as many textbooks. मतलब FFI also I'll give you the textbook. Costing also I might give whatever, half the stationery I'll give you on Monday along with all the notebooks and all. Okay? So right now let's start the chapter. See the first question. Achha, and one more thing. As I mentioned, I won't be going live. You all are seeing my video. This is the way it will come. I have my YouTube channel. I will send it. Only those who get the link, they can see. A request, please don't forward this to anybody, because if you forward this to somebody, then that somebody can have an access. You all are paying me fees, so see to it that nobody takes undue advantage. Without you and me, nobody can see unless and until the link is shared. Even the name of the video, if somebody searches on Google now, they won't be able to see unless and until they have the link. So please, secrecy maintain karna, it's in your hands. I can send you an email also private में, but उसमें भी वही risk है. If somebody downloads and shares it, we can't do anything. So this is the best way. Slowly you all will come to know that YouTube पे ना all the lectures what are there, it will be chapter wise, subject wise and in order. जितनी बार देखना है, जो चैप्टर देखना है, जो लेक्चर देखना है, you see as many times, rewind करो, forward करो. So this is the best strategy what I have worked out, and I am doing this since last 2 months for SYJC, FYJC as well as SY degree. ठीक है? I am sticking to the same trend for all my classes for this particular year. Okay, chalo, let's start. See the first question. Following are the details regarding operation of a firm during a period of 12 months. They have given you sales, selling price per unit D at 10 rupees, variable cost per unit 7 rupees, total cost is 9. Credit period allowed to customers 1 month. The current policy is to allow 1 month credit. The firm is considering a proposal for more liberal extension of credit by increasing the average collection period from 1 month to 2 months. Current credit period is 1 month, they want to increase it to 2 months. This relaxation is expected to increase the sales by 25%. Now what I told you, when you give extra credit to a customer, he will be encouraged to buy more goods. So see, if you are expecting to increase the credit period from 1 month to 2 months, your sales will go up by 25%. अगर sales बढ़ेगा, सामने मेरा income भी बढ़ेगा. At the same time, sales बढ़ेगा तो सामने मेरा expense भी बढ़ेगा. So we have to decide as financial management experts whether the company should go on. That is the concept. Okay? आगे. You are required to advise the firm regarding adopting the new credit policy, presuming that the firm's required return on investment is 25%. Required return on investment is 25%. That means मेरा जो पैसा block हो रहा है, that will fetch me 25%. मतलब had I invested it somewhere else, I would have got 25% interest. But यहाँ पे मेरा पैसा अटक गया है. I have to consider that. इसका क्या करना है? That I will show you in the sum. ठीक है? Now, how you will do the sum? In this sum, there is no journal entry, no ledger account. In fact, in entire FM, you have to just do calculation. Not a single chapter with journal entries. Not a single chapter with ledger accounts. Only you have to prepare statements. Okay? So what you will do? You will give the heading statement of credit evaluation, or you can just say evaluation of credit policy. Evaluation of credit policy. Now listen. How to decide how many columns? Particulars and existing policy. These 2 columns will be there. उसके बाद it depends how many proposals are there. Now in this case there is only one proposal. 1 month को 2 month करो. One new proposal. Sometimes it is possible there can be 3 proposal, 4 or 5. So यहाँ पे particulars का column, existing policy 1 month credit and your proposed policy 2 months credit. So there will be 2 extra columns. Okay? So your format will be particulars and 2 columns of amounts. You can write there existing policy brackets में 1 month, proposed policy brackets में 2 months. Existing policy 1 month, proposed policy 2 months. Okay? If there was another proposal, columns add होता था. This is the way you will do. Of course, there will be working note also. I will go step by step. Understand this sum very carefully. This is the base of the chapter. आगे जाके of course there will be extra calculations, but this is the foundation. This is the base of the chapter. Currently, we are giving credit of 1 month. Now, the credit is expected to be instead of 1 month, 2 months. Matlab, I am going to give them 1 month extra credit. Okay? Now, how do we start? We will start with sales. Okay? So, first write sales. Now see, currently what we are doing? Currently what is our sales? My sales is 12 lakhs. नीचे देखो दिया है selling price per unit 10 rupees. My total sales is 12 lakhs. Each unit I am selling for 10 rupees. So can I say 12 lakh divided by 10? I am selling total 1,20,000 units. So what you do? Show the presentation. Sales 12 lakhs. 12 lakh कैसे आया? 1,20,000. 1,20,000 multiplied by 10. So I get 12 lakhs. 1,20,000 multiplied by 10. So I get 12 lakhs. Now listen. This is my existing. Propose, if I give 1 month credit, I'll sell 1,20,000 units at 10 rupees. Now what if my credit period is 2 months? क्या बोला देखो? See the paragraph, first paragraph का last line. This relaxation is expected to increase the sale by 25%. That means where I was selling 1,20,000 units, now I'll be able to sell 25% more. So 1,20,000 ka 25% gives you 30,000. So I will be able to sell 1,50,000 units. 25% sale बढ़ा मतलब my units have gone up. So देखो ये 120 कैसे आया? 12 lakh divided by 10. Now 1,20,000, 25% more units. So 150. There is no change in the selling price. So my selling price is same. That is 10. So my sale becomes 15 lakhs. So see, क्या हुआ? If I increase my credit period from 1 month to 2 months, where my sales was 12 lakh rupees, now my sale becomes 15 lakh. Where my sale was 12 lakh rupee, my sale becomes 15 lakh. Got it? This was sales. Now step by step. Now listen. You cannot sell goods without having goods. And if I want to have goods, either I have to buy or I have to manufacture goods. Either I have to buy or I have to manufacture. तो उसके लिए भी मुझे कॉस्ट इंकर करना पड़ेगा. Now listen very carefully. Very important. आगे जाके बहुत सारे चैप्टर्स में आएगा. When I say cost, you all have done this in F5 का leverages chapter. When I say cost, costs are of two types. One is fixed cost and one is variable cost. Fixed cost and variable cost. First, let's take variable. Variable meaning what? Varies or changes according to the output. Varies or changes according to the output. Higher the sales, higher the variable cost. Lesser the sales, lesser the variable cost. Fixed में क्या होता है? It remains fixed, irrespective of level of output. कितना भी sales हो, fixed cost same ही रहेगा, unless and until if my sales goes above a certain level and I have to incur extra cost, then only fixed cost will change. Otherwise, it will be the same. So variable cost is the cost which changes or varies according to the output, and fixed cost is the cost which remains fixed. Now what I have to do? I have to take both. Variable cost will be there in each and every sum. Fixed cost may be there, may not be there. In this sum, both are there. I'll tell you step by step. सबसे पहले we'll reduce variable cost. What is the variable cost? 7. That means for each unit sold, I have to incur 7 rupee per unit ka cost. Now remember, variable cost is that cost which varies according to the sales. So whatever is my number of units sold, multiply by 7 will be my variable cost. So existing policy mein I am selling 1,20,000. So my variable cost will be 1,20,000 into 7. Suppose I am selling 1,50,000, my variable cost will be 150 into 7. Let's deduct that first. We go. Less variable cost 1,20,000 into 7 and यहाँ पे हो गया 150 into 7. 120 into 7, 84 lakhs, and this becomes 10,50,000. 120 into 7 and this becomes 10,50,000. I'll repeat again. How you got variable cost? Number of units into the variable cost per unit. So now take the difference. Sales minus variable cost. 12 lakh minus 8,40,000. That gives you 3,60,000. And ये हो गया 4,50,000. This difference, the difference between sales and variable cost, in accounting language, we call it as contribution. If you all recollect, you all have done in TYBAF chapter called as leverages. So contribution is nothing but the difference between sales and variable cost. Sales minus variable cost gives me contribution. Sales minus variable cost gives me contribution. 360 and 450. Got it? One cost variable. Now the next cost fixed. What I told you, fixed cost is the cost which remains fixed irrespective of the level of output. Suppose तुम्हारा factory है, you have taken factory on rent, तुम rent pay कर रहे हो. Now whether you manufacture 1 unit or 1 lakh unit or 10 lakh units, तुम्हारा rent same ही रहेगा. That is called as fixed cost. Variable cost, more the units, more the cost, less the units, less the cost. But fixed will remain fixed. Fixed may be there, may not be there. यहाँ पे है, कैसे पता चलेगा? See, variable cost के नीचे क्या दिया है? Total cost 9 rupees. If my variable cost is 7 and my total cost is 9, total में variable भी आ गया. Total cost अगर 9 है और variable 7 है, so बाकी का 2 क्या है? बाकी का 2 is nothing but fixed cost. So 9 rupee का total cost, उसमें से 7 is variable, that means the remaining 2 is my fixed cost. So you all got it? So my fixed cost is 2 rupees per unit. Now listen very carefully, a very important point, समझ लो, otherwise sum wrong जाएगा. Variable cost क्या था? 7 rupee per unit. So what I did, number of units multiplied by 7 gave me my variable cost. Number of units multiplied by 7 gave me my variable cost. So sales minus variable cost, I got my contribution. Now when I take fixed cost now, fixed cost remains fixed irrespective of the level of output. And first you have to calculate fixed cost at existing level. What is my existing level? I am selling units 1,20,000. Fixed cost is 2 rupees. So 1,20,000 into 2 and यहाँ पे भी आएगा 120 into 2. Don't make a mistake of taking fixed cost the same way how you took variable cost. Variable cost units के हिसाब से it will change. So the number of units I have to multiply by 7 rupee per unit. But fixed cost will remain fixed. You'll have to take at the existing level. So my existing units is 120. So 120 into 2, 2,40,000 will be my variable cost for both the policies. Unless the question says proposed में fixed cost change होगा, then only it will change. Otherwise, it will not change. Okay? Keep that point in mind. Therefore, I'll deduct less fixed cost 1,20,000 into 2. How you got 2? 9 minus 7. That is 240 and that will remain same at both the places. Okay? So fixed cost remains same unless and until the question says. Take the difference. 360 minus 240. 1,20,000. 450 minus 240. 2,10,000. This difference is called as operating profit. This difference is called as operating profit. You can put it in boxes. Okay? So ध्यान रखना. Sales minus variable cost contribution. Contribution minus fixed cost operating profit. ठीक है? Sales minus variable cost contribution. Contribution less fixed cost gives me my operating profit. Now, what is this chapter? Credit management. Connected purely with sales and debtors. So now what will happen? There will be some cost incurred specifically related to credit managing. There will be some cost incurred other than fixed and variable which is related to credit management. We call it as cost of credit. ठीक है? So इसमें से माइनस करो less cost of credit. इसमें से माइनस करो less cost of credit. Now listen, cost of credit में different thing can come. Bad debts, loss due to debtors, salesman का salary staff because salesman is related to sales वो आएगा. And one very important point which is going to be there in each and every sum including the current one. Interest on investment in debtors. This is the major cost of credit. What is that? See the last line of the question, last paragraph. They have told you that interest on investment is attracting 25% interest. Now listen very carefully. Understand the concept. If I sell goods on cash, क्या होता है? Goods बेचा, I get the money immediately. If I sell goods on cash, goods बेचा, I get the money immediately. क्रेडिट में यहां पे मुझे पैसा मिलेगा 1 month के बाद, यहां पे I get the money after 2 months. Here I get money after 1 month. Here I get money after 2 months. So मेरा पैसा 1 month block, मेरा पैसा 2 months block. If in that 1 month I invest somewhere, I get interest. If I invest somewhere for I get 2 months का interest, तो यहाँ पे मुझे 1 महीने का extra interest मिल सकता है, यहाँ पे 2 months का. That is called as my notional loss. Notional loss मतलब actual loss नहीं है, but अगर मेरा पैसा block हुआ नहीं रहता, I would have earned some interest. That is my notional loss. We also call it as opportunity cost. Why? Because अगर मैंने credit नहीं दिया रहता, I would have got an opportunity to invest that money somewhere else. I have sacrificed, foregone that opportunity, so that cost I have to consider when I make decisions. याद रखना, FM में you all have to make decisions and give your conclusions. So cost of credit, interest on investment is common for your syllabus in each and every chapter. कैसे calculate करने का that we'll see now in 2 minutes. But again understand what is interest on investment in debtors. अगर मैंने क्रेडिट नहीं दिया होता, पैसा immediately आ गया रहता, I would have used it for 1 month or 2 months. यहाँ पे because I gave credit, मेरा पैसा अटक गया है, so that will cost me. So that cost I have to deduct. ठीक है? So right there, interest on investment in debtors. Interest on investment in debtors. For this, we will prepare a working note. For this, we will prepare a working note. ठीक है? कैसे करना? We'll see it in some time. Working note. Heading: calculation of investment in debtors. Calculation of investment in debtors, or you can say calculation of interest on investment. Interest on investment. Okay? अभी देखो कैसे कैलकुलेट करोगे. I have to do for both the policies. सबसे पहले existing policy. Pay attention, the calculation very important. सुनो, पैसा अटक गया है. Now the question is क्या अटका? 12 lakhs का sale value or the cost? What has blocked? Sale value or cost? Now listen, there are two differences of opinion. Some people calculate interest on the amount of sales and some people calculate on amount of cost. Whichever way you do, it's fine. You have to put a note. That I'll send you a picture. वो note तुमको copy करना पड़ेगा. मैं dictate भी करूँगा, but you'll have to copy down. ठीक है? If we take cost, then you have to see whether the sum has variable cost and fixed cost both or only variable cost. यहाँ पे variable and fixed both are there. So now what is the normal opinion, majority opinion क्या है? If in the question there is fixed and variable cost both, then you take interest on the basis of total cost only. Total cost मतलब only fixed and variable. Cost of credit नहीं आएगा. Of course in this sum it can't come also because apart from investment और कोई cost नहीं है. So when you take cost for the purpose of investment in debtors, it has to be total, fixed and variable both. Or if there is only variable. So यहाँ पे fixed है, so we will take total cost, and after the sum I'll give you a note. The best way to be on the safer side, that we have calculated investment on total cost. It can also be calculated on selling price. ठीक है? अभी कैसे calculate करोगे? Existing. See my variable cost कितना है? 840 is my variable cost. Fixed कितना है? 240. So 840 plus 240 कितना हो गया? 1080. So existing is 10,80,000. ठीक है? That's your total of fixed and variable. 10,80,000. Credit period कितना है? 1 month. My money is going to be blocked only for 1 month. Year is of 12 months. So what I do? Into 1/12. ठीक है? आई एम रिपीटिंग. 1080 कैसे आया? फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट प्लस वेरिएबल कॉस्ट इनटू 1/12 एंड व्हाट इज द रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट गिवन? 25%. सो यू मल्टीप्लाई बाय 25% और 25/100. ठीक है? आई रिपीट, 10,80,000 is the amount invested for the full year. Credit period is 1 month, तो पैसा एक महीना ही ब्लॉक होगा. So into 1/2 and my rate of interest is 25%. Calculate करो. 10,80,000 into 1/12 into this, that gives me 22,500. So my amount blocked here is 22,500. ठीक है? यहाँ पे आ जाओ. Right there 22,500. Again I'll repeat. 1080 कैसे आया? Total fixed and variable into 1/12. Credit period is 1 month, so 1 divided by 12, and the rate of interest 25%. Same way I will do for proposed policy. कितना है proposed policy का? देखो, fixed cost 240, variable 1050. So 1290, 12,90,000 into 2/12 into 25%. 2/12 क्यों? Because यहाँ पे 1 month credit था, यहाँ पे 2 months credit. So 1290, so 10,50,000 plus 2,40,000. ठीक है? So 12,90,000 divided by 12 into 2, that gives you 53,750. ठीक है? So my cost of credit for 1 month is 22,500 and 2 months 53,750. Getting it now? I'll repeat again. कैसे आया? Total cost fixed plus variable. Credit period 1 month, 1/12. Credit period 2 months, 2/12 into 25%. यहाँ पे आ जाओ. Right there 53,750. Take the difference. 1,20,000 minus 22,500, 97,500 and 2,10,000 minus 53,750, 156,250. This is nothing but my final profit, that is net profit. This is my net profit. Okay, अभी देखो क्या हुआ. If I am giving a credit period of 1 month, my profit is 97,500. If I give a credit period of 2 months, my profit is 156,250. किधर profit ज़्यादा है? यहाँ पे. That means I get more profit if I give 2 months का credit. So because my profit here is more than the previous policy, it is advisable to give extra credit. So my conclusion here is company is planning to increase the credit period from 1 month to 2 months. After this calculation, I agree and I suggest the company go for credit of 2 months. That is the concept of receivable management, evaluating your credit policies. Profit ज़्यादा है, go for it. If my profit was less, I would have said don't go for it. Stick to your 1 month credit. This is the concept. Clear? So how I do? I brush up everything. Sales लेना है. Number of units is given, multiply by the respective price. Less variable cost. Number of units multiply by the variable cost per unit. Get your contribution. Deduct fixed cost. Remember, fixed cost remains fixed in terms of totality, irrespective of output. 9 rupees my total cost. 7 variable है. 2 is fixed. Multiply 2 by the original quantity. That is 1,20,000. It will be same in both the cases. Don't make a mistake of taking fixed cost respective units multiplied by 2. Contribution less fixed cost gives you your operating profit, and from your operating profit deduct cost of credit, which is interest on investment. Calculate taking total cost, that is fixed and variable, into the period, multiply by the rate of interest, see where the profit is higher. Accordingly, we will take the conclusion. यहाँ पे the profit is higher when the credit period is 2 months, so I prefer going for extra credit. ठीक है? You have to write couple of points. I am dictating. Picture भी आएगा but लिख लो. ठीक है? सबसे पहले you have to write a conclusion. लिखो conclusion. Since the net profit, write up. Picture भी आएगा but लिख लो. Since the net profit is higher, since the net profit is higher in proposed policy, since the net profit is higher in proposed policy, it is advisable to grant extra credit. It is advisable to grant extra credit. Therefore, company should increase the credit period. Therefore, the company should increase the credit period to 2 months. Therefore, the company should increase the credit period to 2 months. Got it? So 1 month में I was getting 97,500 का profit. यहाँ पे I am getting more, so I should go for this. On second note, it is more like an assumption. It's better you write it in the exam because there will be no confusion. Because as I told you, there are difference of opinion. लिखो. Second, this what I dictated was conclusion. Now next is assumption. लिखो. Interest on investment in debtors, interest on investment in debtors is considered at total cost. Interest on investment is considered on total cost, that is variable cost and fixed cost, that is variable cost and fixed cost. Alternatively, it can be calculated on the value of sales. Alternatively, it can be calculated on the value of sales. मतलब you would have taken on cost, you can take it on sales also. Amount change होगा, but conclusion same आएगा. Amount change होगा, but conclusion will be the same. Clear? That's it. I am just doing one sum today. See the video carefully. डोंट वरी, थोड़ा भी कंफ्यूजन है, नेक्स्ट क्लास में आई विल रिपीट वन सिमिलर टाइप ऑफ सम. सो जो भी डाउट्स है, होपफुली नेक्स्ट टाइम इट विल बी क्लियर. 99% you should not face a problem, but in case there is any problem, please be in touch with me. Doubts पूछो, personal chat पे call करो, I'll explain you again. And this sum in the next class is going to be repeated. ठीक है? So that's it for today. Since it's a first class, I'm just doing one sum only. We'll continue next class. Till then, take care. Have a nice day. Take care, guys.